You ever stayed in a relationship where deep down, you knew something felt off, but you just couldn't leave? You told yourself, maybe it'll get better. Maybe I'm just overthinking. Now imagine someone standing in a burning room, saying, maybe the fire will put itself out. That's how a lot of us operate when we're trapped in a relationship that doesn't serve us. But the truth is, it's not always your fault. Sometimes, your brain is tricking you. Psychology has a funny way of keeping us stuck in places that feel familiar, not necessarily healthy. So in this video, we're breaking down the 3 psychological traps that keep people in the wrong relationship far longer than they should be. Let's unpack it. 1. The investment trap. Let's start with Lara. She's been dating Toby for 4 years. They've had good times, sure. But lately, things feel dry. They argue more. He barely listens. She cries more than she laughs. But every time she thinks about leaving, her brain reminds her, but I've already given this 4 years. I can't just throw that away. That right there is the sunk cost fallacy. It's when we stay in something not because it's good for us now, but because we've already spent so much time, energy, or emotion on it. In reality, wasting more time doesn't recover what you've already lost. And yet, so many people stay stuck, afraid to start over because they've invested too much. But here's a mindset shift. You don't stay in pain just because you paid for it. 2. The familiarity trap. Let's talk about Deo. His girlfriend doesn't cheat. She doesn't hit. But she gaslights him. Makes him feel small. Anytime he brings up how he feels, she flips it back on him. You're too sensitive. Stop being dramatic. Deo doesn't feel safe, but he stays. Why? Because the chaos feels familiar. Maybe he grew up in a home where love felt inconsistent. Where affection was tied to performance. Where shouting was normal. So now, his nervous system thinks this is love. That's what trauma bonding does. It creates emotional highs and lows that feel addictive. The brain releases dopamine when we get just enough love to stay hopeful, even if we're starving emotionally most of the time. It's not that Deo likes pain. He's just used to it. And what you're used to can start to feel like home, even when it's hurting you. 3. The fantasy trap. This one's sneaky. You're dating someone who keeps saying things like, we're gonna travel the world together. I'll marry you. Just not yet. I'm working on myself. Sounds nice, right? But it's been 3 years. No ring. No real progress. Just big promises and small follow-throughs. You stay because you're in love with the potential. But loving someone's potential isn't the same as loving the reality. That's the fantasy trap. Your brain creates a perfect image of what this relationship could be, and that vision keeps you hooked. Meanwhile, the actual relationship is giving you crumbs. Don't get stuck loving the idea of someone. Pay attention to how they show up today. So what do you do if you see yourself in these traps? Awareness is the first step. Just recognizing these patterns is powerful. Because once you name it, you can stop blaming yourself. You're not weak. You're not crazy. You're human, and your brain is wired to avoid pain, even if it means staying stuck. Here are a few steps to move forward. Talk to someone neutral. A therapist, coach, or trusted friend can help you see clearly. Write it out. List what you're getting versus what you're giving. Imagine advising your younger sibling. If they were in this relationship, what would you tell them? And finally, you deserve a relationship that feels safe, loving, and mutual. Not one that drains you. Final words. If something feels off, don't just push it down. Sometimes, love doesn't look like fireworks. It looks like peace. And sometimes, the best love story you can write is the one where you choose yourself. And if this hit home for you, drop a like, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Fun psychology is where we decode human behavior in a way that just makes sense.